Well, hello. It is June 6th, and I figured it is probably time for another garden update. So, just do a quick run through as everything's doing pretty awesome considering the cold spells we had. So, I filled out the herb bed. Cilantro is all volunteer from last year, so that's why it's super uneven. Thyme, oregano, rosemary. I have no idea what that is. I think it's more cilantro. Dill, and some basil. You can see I had to move stuff around. That's sulfur fungicide, not mildew or anything like that. So they're all doing super well. In the back bed, we have the fennel, which is really starting to kick up. That's gonna be super cool. I love me some fennel. The leeks are kind of growing. They've been pretty stunted. I think they're getting eaten. Not really eaten, just whatever. Just another weeding. The celery is finally really kicking up, and these are Chinese mini gourds. They're really dirty. I've had squirrel problems this year, so there you can kind of see where it's all dug up and filled back in. And I have some backup dahlias and coxcombs and more dahlias. I gotta put those out. I'll show the flower pots afterwards, but those are definitely still moving. We have these are Bulgarian carrots. They're gonna be a cool, like, deep orange pepper. I'm really excited about. I did tomatoes this year, which I haven't done in a while. I think I mentioned that last time. Got my cool little string trellis for when they get a little taller. Not quite there yet. I do have to go through and prune these because we have a lot of suckers coming out, and that's probably after this call project. I just weeded everywhere, so hope mostly good. But we got some Roma, some Sun Golds, and some Super Sweet 100s. Just real basic, mostly cherries, just for chomping. We have the Lemon Drop. These guys are not doing amazing. They are a little bit of leaf curl and pale. This is mostly because the weather spells we've been having. It was like upper 80s, low 90s. Then it dipped down to like 47 overnight one night. So we'll see if they bounce back. Unfortunately, there's not a ton you can do. But the other peppers are doing great. The tall ones there are cayenne. Those are all doing great. The short ones are Thai chilies. That's actually a really short bushing kind of plant. So those are pretty much on expected size. These are the Sugar Rush Peach, which are cool because I got those in earlier this year because I really want to make sure that they're good. The harvest last year came super late and they didn't really ripen all the way, so that was kind of a bummer. But we live, we learn. We put them in earlier. These are some 7-pot yellows. I actually just replanted these with some backups. They were really not looking hot, and I love these peppers, so I really wanted to make sure they were doing well. Hit up Farmer's Daughter in North Kingston, Rhode Island, because they're just absolutely fantastic. These are the red ghost peppers. Same deal, doing super well. They look kind of yucky, but that's just the fungicide I sprayed. These are death spirals. Those are also doing pretty good. Super hots are weird. They kind of do whatever they want. This guy just got transplanted, so he's being dramatic, but he'll be fine. We got some cucumbers back there. Ooh, a flowering cucumber. That's crazy this early. That's cool. Those are all pickling cucumbers. These three are banana peppers. I've never grown those, so this will be fun this year. I'm gonna try to pickle them. I'm not, generally speaking, a massive fan, but I had some space, so I figured I'd put it out there and kind of see how they do. The strawberries. Ooh, we have strawberries. Look at that. We didn't have those before. A lot of them came back, not all of them. You can see there's a lot of just clover. I think next year I'm going to actually pull this all up and put flowers in it. It's cool, but watering it's a pain in the ass, and the yields are fine. So so this is essentially trap cabbage. They're getting chewed up, as you can kind of see. They're Caraflex, so they're not supposed to be round. They make those kind of conal shaped ones. If they survive, cool. If they don't, whatever. But they're definitely getting chomped on. But it's distracted them from anything else, so I haven't had any other real pest damage elsewhere. So that's been really cool. These are habanero. And I guess I have some backup habaneros I didn't put out. I forgot about that. I may just put it over there next to the cabbages. Some more pickling cucumbers. Same deal with the pesticide or fungicide. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. They look awesome over the trellis, so we'll kind of just see how that plays out. Here is my brassica / leafy green thing, which I never had success, but I bought this little thing, and this has been night and day. The lettuces are huge. All the can't really see. The cabbages are all doing amazing. This flowering plant is unfortunately a bolted arugula, which is fine. I don't need a ton of it anyway. But my broccolis are really coming in. Unfortunately, though, they look like they're about to open, so I'm gonna have to harvest real soon and hope the sprouts are still good. I've never had it so be a big head. These are Calabrese. I swear every year I'm never gonna grow them again, and then I promptly grow them again, and they suck every time. So we have jalapenos. These things are immortal. I don't know. They're easily the healthiest, no problem peppers I have. I suspect it's because most of the huts are heirloom, so they don't have the disease tolerance that like this 1,000-year bred jalapeno does. As you can see from Trinidad Scorpions, they are very pale and not doing great. Now some of this could be nutrient deficiency, but these guys are in fresh compost and fertilizer, so I doubt that. And you can see I have the drip irrigation, so that's not a problem. When I planted the other ones, it was moist inside, so I'm not worried about it being underwatered. I'm pretty sure this is either bacterial, which would really suck, or weather change, and hopefully they just bounce back. And if they don't bounce back, it is what it is. These are Reapers. These are new Reapers. I just replanted those because those looked really bad, and I really want those to be successful. However, I'm an idiot, and I put them underneath a bird feeder, so I'm constantly having to weed them. And you can see there's like things everywhere. Whatever. These are my little hero flower marigolds. These things are absolutely gorgeous. I bought a whole bunch of these hanging baskets. Started one seed in all of them, and distributed all the neighbors. So it's actually really, really sweet. A lot of them are like hanging them off their post, and there's some people, I don't want to do their front yard, but there's some there, which is really nice. Yeah, so that was super sweet. I really, I'm glad they all liked those. These are my potatoes, Yukon Gold and some reds. They are doing insane. This was a bok choy row, and then once the potatoes came up, I just ate the bok choy. But yeah, this is the first time I've done potatoes in a bed instead of a basket, so I'm really hopeful that they're going to be a lot. This is really good compost and soil, so I'm expecting good things. So this year, the other real fun... my dogs have destroyed my yard. As you can see, I can grow veggies, not grass. I guess first thing is my buddy gave me a whole bunch of native plants that I'm going to put in and replace these hostas, because these things suck and they don't do anything. But these are all flowers from seed, which I'm super proud of because I never really had much luck with flowers. But bachelor buttons, those are some hibiscus, some shorter sunflowers, and inside there I believe is a dahlia, some sunflowers, and I'm going to put those coxcomb from over there. More bachelor's buttons. This is a lavender. It's really kicking off with a bunch of marigolds and some snapdragons down there. This is awesome. I love this. More bachelor buttons that are doing insane. Oh, they're starting to bloom. These are my black maroon nasturtiums. This area gets slightly weird sunlight, so they've been a little hit or miss, and this variety is slow, but I really like it. More sunflowers I have to clean up. Some sunflowers and some black forest dahlia that are growing huge. That's going to be awesome. Oh no! Well, we got a casualty. Sometimes it's just how it be. Unfortunately, it broke at the support part, so we'll have to do something with that. That's unfortunate. Some regular old nasturtiums. These are poppies, and I don't remember. I don't think those are sunflowers over there. I think these are something else. I don't remember. There's a tag in here probably somewhere. Nope. I'll check the plan later. Some beautiful snapdragons with a weed in them. Those are some more poppies up front. We'll see how those do. And those are the other nasturtiums. These are doing very poorly, so I think it may just be that variety isn't great. The butterfly weed did insane. I thought it died. It did not die. It's huge. So once I get rid of all this hostas, this will be native plants, because that's I don't like that kind of crap. Here's my peach tree that is not doing amazing. It got a really bad bout of fungal stuff. I don't honestly know if it'll survive, because it's spreading really bad even with very regular treatments. I do have a single peach on it, but that's not happening. Unfortunately, this tree may just be a loss, or I'm going to heavily prune it and just hope it survives. And if it doesn't, you know, you do what you got to do. I have to mow. I'm doing that right after this video. These are the biggest the blueberries I've ever gotten. Pretty excited about that. We'll see if they come out. This is also the biggest the raspberries I've ever gotten. There's tons of fruit on there, so very, very excited. And then here, this is incredible. Beets, onions, my carrots did insane. The peas are kicking off. The garlic's doing amazing. This whole patch was onions. There's an onion left, but they got I forget what they're called, like root borers or something like that. And it killed them all, so I had to pull everything because they attack alliums. So I didn't want them to kill the garlic. You know, and you gotta do what you gotta do. But we are starting to get scapes. You can see the flowering scapes over there, and then there's some in the back, because these are two varieties. One of these is music, one of these is who knows, and then elephant. Some flowers. And then the newest thing I planted, just for kind of shits and giggles, was some sweet potatoes. We'll see how they go. I've never done them. They're from slips. You know, just one of those things. We'll kind of just see how it does. But yeah, that's where we're at. So far, it's been a very, very good summer. We're doing big things. This will be cool to get rid of all that junk ornamental stuff and put in some native ornamental stuff. Yeah, very excited.